I wanted to talk about cults. Having lived in Germany and having known German Nazis, old Nazis, and frankly young Nazis, actually I'm not sure that I ever met a genuine young Nazi. But I knew some remorseful old Nazis, and I knew one unrepentant old Nazi when I lived in Germany. And the thing that I really got from talking to people who were is that during the 30s and early 40s, that the average, pardon me if I hit the cough button here, I've got a cold today. My apologies for my voice. That for the average German, there was this cult. Nazism was a essentially religious cult. Hitler referred to it as Blut und Erde, blood and earth. The German people have German blood and German soul, and thus he invented the word homeland, or he borrowed the word homeland from the and Heimat is the word. And brought this in. So he had this cult. Here's this cult in Germany. And after the war, when people saw the footage of those people coming out of Dachau and Belsen and Auschwitz and all these places, they woke up from the dream of the cult. See, a cult requires a certain level of hypnosis. If you're going to cult, it's because you've bought into the theology of the cult, the worldview of the cult. And when that worldview or that theology is demonstrably bad, as it was when average Germans saw the newsreels that the last caller was talking about, of dead bodies being taken out of these death camps and labor camps. When the average German saw that, they woke up. They woke up out of their cult sleep. Same thing in Japan. My father was in Japan during the occupation. He joined the army in the last days of World War II. He was in when the bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and so he ended up going to Japan not as a combat soldier, but instead he walked the perimeter of an army base and was a lifeguard, actually, during the 2 years for the U.S. occupation. But what I learned from him about that was that the average Japanese with Japanese behavior when the things like the rape of Nanking became well known. The way that Japanese soldiers had misbehaved in Korea with the comfort ladies and all this other stuff. And you had soldiers who believed that the emperor was literally descended from God, and therefore they should fly their airplanes into the decks of U.S. aircraft carriers, these kamikaze pilots, because they believed in the cult. And when they figured out that, hey, the emperor is not a direct descendant, they lost the war. And just like in Germany, when they discovered, hey, Hitler's not the reincarnation of Jesus or John the Baptist, because there was a widespread belief that he actually was probably John the Baptist. Then, people say, wait a minute, what am I doing? Well, I think the same thing might be happening right now with the Republican Party. A lot of people looking at the Republican candidates and going, what have you done for me lately? I get it. The Koch brothers are going to invest $800 million in this election. They think it's serious stuff. They think it's important. They're going to vote. But you? What you going to do? So anyhow, my thoughts on cults. And I think that that's how cults unravel. And I think that the Republican Party over the last 35 years has become a cult. It's the cult worshippers of Saint Ronnie.